Tonight, the Queen City opens its gates to lacrosse royalty. The ageless Brody Merrill, at 40 years young, the lion in winter still roars. But don't underestimate royal ambition. Crown Princes Jeff Teat and Chris Gray have the Atlas poised to challenge for the throne. Atlas and Cannons, week 2 of the PLL on ESPN, presented by Champion. It's also game 2 for Chris Gray as we get ready for the opening face-off. Baptiste wins it to himself. Kelly slips. The Atlas on attack. That decision, are you going to go early or are you going to sub? Van Raphorst on the doorstep, and a save by Morocco. And in the crease.
And there you saw Van Raphorst's decision. I'm going to push in transition and then I'm going to stay on.
Knowlton using that offhand. And on the other end, the Atlas cash in transition.
I mean, already, Anish, the speed on display from Atlas, just going from defense to offense. And here you're going to see Richard just run by Bomberry. He just turns on the jets, gains an advantage. Fracaro tries to get a piece of it. Defense slow to rotate upfield, justifiably so. But already multiple transition opportunities in what? 2 Cannons offensive possessions?
Yeah, 2 Cannons offensive possessions. Usually the best one. Early slides, double teams. Shot clock down to 8, and that one trickles in. Christian Cuccinello, a late add to the roster with Lyle Thompson's absence, with the equalizer.
Yeah, we highlighted Asher Knowlton's in the open. He took over for Lyle Thompson, but the guy that actually took his roster spot is Cuccinello, making his presence felt out of the box. He is a load. And Cannons tie it up early.
.15 to shoot. Now Teat. Gets a step on Pulver, and he beats Morocco.
They love this little 2-man action with Jeff Teat on the left wing. And as this pick comes out by Curry, you can see Teat reject that pick, basically recognizing that Pulver's trying to get kind of a jump or lead on that pick. Teat wisely goes underneath and then dives across, increases his shooting angle. The athleticism and body control by Teat.
After further review, the shooter foot hit the crease line prior to the release of the shot. No goal. Cannons ball at their defensive end.
Good challenge by Coach Quirk. Didn't catch this in real time. But that right foot on the line there before Teat leaves his feet to dive through the crease.
The rule is the ball has to cross the goal line before a player can be in the crease.
And that right foot.
So right there, he's on the line, the ball's in his stick, and that's a crease violation. So they catch that, it's a break for Cannons. And now the Cannons will set up their clear with Pulver. Cannons able to recover, still plenty of time to shoot. Feed in front, shot to score. It's Shane Jackson.
Heads up play by the Cannons. After that ground ball, just quickly identifying Jackson on the inside. It was Knowlton with the feed. Hey, Asher, there's a lot of traffic in there. How did you identify Jackson, given all the Atlas defenders?
Jacko there, he does an unbelievable job popping open for the ball at all times. Just got to make sure we're looking up in the middle, see him flash his stick and put it there.
Nolting looking for the skip in front, and it trickles in. That time Nolting had the short stick, and he was able to find that through pass for the goal. It's 3-1.
And we wondered how he was going to do replacing Thompson, and the early results are in. You know, his success at High Point, having the ball in his stick, being that quarterback, has immediately translated today. This is just an absolute gorgeous cross-field feed to Trenner, who somehow, despite multiple Atlas defenders getting in the way, is able to track that ball, quickly catch and finish before Kincannon could go pipe to pipe. Cannon's defense has the personnel to limit, not stop, but limit Atlas offensively.
Rafis against the veteran Brent Adams, looking to get underneath. He does, and scores!
This is really how Rafis made a name in the PLL last year. Played attack at Syracuse, but coming out of the box on a short stick. You can see this gorgeous little swim move, and then watch this little leaner. He puts his head down, and Kincannon drops his stick. So the deception, using his body, using his head to throw Kincannon off his line, and then goes top shelf.
Chris Gray. Gray, there's that jumper. The little question mark we saw so many times at North Carolina.
This is just how you practice it in the backyard, over and over and over again. Because when you get into games, you don't want to think, you just want to react. He's going to drive Keelty up, lean in, step away, and this placement, this camera angle should be beautiful. He's going to plant, step away, and absolutely nail that far pipe. Beautiful footwork and execution on the question mark by Gray.
Draft. Baptiste exits clean. He's a threat, chased by Bell. Now Teat, shot and a score! Gray to Teat. We're gonna hear that refrain often this year.
And it's off a face-off win by Baptiste. Not all face-off wins are created equal. His ability to immediately attack the cage, draw the attention of the defense, it just puts them right on their heels. You can see Kelly trying to counter. Baptiste picks it up and is off to the races. And watch Teat's off-ball movement here. He's going to catch this on a cut and quickly catch and release. So difficult for Morocco to track that off the feed. You know, when anytime a ball just kind of gets stuck in a player's stick, the defense can really kind of hone in on him. And the goalie, those long dodges.
Baptiste on the doorstep, does it count? It does! That's the basketball equivalent of rewarding your big man for running the floor.
Instant offense. Hey, Trevor, we're watching the replay right now. We're used to having you pick up the ball and push. That time you were on the crease. What'd you see there?
He's got an extra man. Comes down the field. Costa trusted me with a nice pass there. Luck out this time.
I'd give you another question, but you got to face off again.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, give the man a chance to catch his breath. Baptiste at the stripe can become a game changer.
And the Cannons double pull to counter that. And Tyson Bell shows off his positional flexibility, picking up a long pole.
Finally, Kelly wins it. Bones has it. Getting a little chippy. Craig Chick defending his teammate. It looked like somebody may have got an extra shot on Baptiste, and now a little tension near midfield.
Inside to Crawley, but give Morocco a ton of credit.
Goodrich could not handle it. Costabile's got it quickly up ahead.
Oh!
Teat, Morocco got back and made the save. Teat slips behind the cage. Another chance here. Curry on the run. The rookie out of Syracuse. And the Atlas now with 4 unanswered to take the lead.
It just seems like Morocco has one like daving save a game. Here's the save, Morocco just flying back in the cage. You can see him sprinting back, anticipating the Teat attempt. He's able just to get a piece of it, and on that rebound, they quickly get it back in front to Curry, and that looked like signature Brendan Curry from Syracuse. He had countless goals in a very similar manner for the Orange.
Logan, and now a turnover.
You got Kobe Smith.
Transition chance. Here's Smith. Smith keeps it and scores. You called it, Ryan.
There's wanting to shoot, Anish. And then there's throwing a pump fake to your point attackman. That's like, no, I really need to shoot. But this is the dynamic threat coming out of Towson that we all expected. Ton of confidence. Couple words from Morocco after burying it. But you've got to have a ton of confidence if you're going to look off Chris Gray at the point. But that pump fake did hold and freeze the defense. You just felt it was only a matter of time before he imprinted himself on the transition game.
A 5-0 run. Chris Gray right on the doorstep, and that is too easy for the Atlas. Jeff Teat on the receiving end of a Chris Gray goal. Those two, the young tandem. Teat, the Rookie of the Year a season ago. Gray, one of the favorites for Rookie of the Year this year. That's what has people bullish on the Atlas.
And it's just a gorgeous look here by Gray. They're in a 3-3 on the power play, and as it spins around to him, frees it right there. He's reading Goodrich. So he's staring over here. He's manipulating Goodrich to go upfield. That way he can throw this skip pass behind Goodrich to Teat. So the head fake, right? Anish, you saw his head turn. He could still see Teat out of the corner of his eye, but by turning his head, Goodrich is reading that helmet. He starts to creep upfield. I better because they got a shooter there, and then that opens up the skip lane behind him.
Is that like in football when you've got a quarterback looking off a linebacker or a safety or a DB?
100%. Same applicable skill.
That your teammate is going to be there and the unselfishness that it takes to be able to do it.
Brian Costabile, sometimes you got to be selfish. You do it yourself with the left-handed laser. And this downhill avalanche by the Atlas continues. That's now 7 unanswered.
We showed off the slickness. This is just brute force and power. This is Costabile. Look at the big hug for his face-off, man. Baptiste. This is just down the alley and high heat. And look at the placement on this shot. He's severe angle, but somehow is able to keep it near pipe right above Morocco's shoulder. That all-stick side high placement.
We'll give up 1 to get 2. You can do that when Trevor Baptiste is your face-off man.
That's spot on.
Bucaro on the wraparound, the snake and the sting.
They come at you in so many different ways. Bucaro behind the cage is just going to take Bucaro for a run. An opportunity for Pulver to potentially help down, but that little pump fake by Bucaro kind of held the defense, held the slide package.
Others succeed. There's a lot of unselfishness.
Ryan's lighting up with the NBA reference.
I love it, Roddy.
That's a 2, and it's good, Danny Logan. He was the short stick D-Midi of the year in the PLL last year as a rookie. And right now, Uncle Mo behind the Atlas all the way.
Just an absolute onslaught. This run continues. You're going to see Logan, the beautiful little hitch and top step. So by hitching, he's going to use Kelly's momentum against him, get to the middle of the field, increase his angle. And Baptiste has won 12 of his last 15 faceoffs. So the
Johns Hopkins, his alma mater. Shot on the run by Gray. Jeff Teat, the first to greet him. It continues for the Atlas, just a monsoon at this point.
And this is all about Gray's off-ball movement. You can see Teat just kind of casually carrying the ball upfield. And meanwhile, behind the play, Gray finds some daylight in the step down and buries it.
His handshake can prove it too.
And that is a two-pointer. And for the Cannons, that's their first goal in a long, long time.
I would say stop the bleeding, but that might be underselling it. Atlas were on an 11-0 run. And this is the issue from Cannon. He struggles at times from two-point range. He's actually better on the inside and sometimes just had a hard time picking these up. You could see he actually got a piece of it, the desperation to try to get that before it crossed the goal line from him.
Top right.
Here comes Nolting. And a little 3-0 run for the Cannons. The pendulum is slightly swung back.
Yeah, don't count these Cannons out just yet. Nolting keeps this run going, and he's just going to lean in on Rexroad. You can see Rexroad using a V-hold trying to prevent Nolting from turning the corner, and Nolting's just too big, too strong, too physical. You can see him kind of lean in and just run through that stick, and is still able to get his hands free and generate enough on that shot.
And there's Paul Rabel. We saw Paul Rabel do that how many times in his illustrious pro career, the co-founder and president of the PLL. And sitting next to him is Sam Darnold, Panthers quarterback, and at a screen right next to Darnold is Luke Kuechly.
Love seeing all the Charlotte royalty roll out. You're going to have a chance to be calling them pretty soon.
And we got this fall. Love the Panthers. Shot clock reset, possession never established. Fracaro over to Jackson, and the Cannons with a 4-0 blitz, down 12-4. They've made this a game.
They must have been frothing at the mouth just to get some legitimate possessions, and they've taken advantage. You can see Fracaro continue his hot streak, finding Jackson. Jackson last week 2-1, 2 goals, 1 assist. Normally he's kind of Thompson's running mate. Thompson loves finding Jackson right in that similar spot. So credit for Carl, kind of eyes up on that dodge, and Jackson finding a dead space in the defense behind the play. That's where I don't hate those early shots, the shot clock, that maybe if they miss the cage, the shot clock stops and you can substitute behind the play.
Something we saw a lot more last week, where teams substituted too late and then didn't have any time. Difference between week 1 and week 2. Dennis against Fracaro. Romar Dennis. Boomstick.
He just brings a dynamic to this midfield that you really don't get with any of the other guys. His ability to break you down one-on-one immediately and then shoot from range. You can see Fracaro trying to chase and track him down. And with that tall frame, 6'5", and then he goes straight over the top, Anish. That overhand release, so difficult for goalies to read.
Why?
It's similar to a long pull. And
The ruling on the field was a 1-point goal. The Atlas has challenged that ruling.
So we get a challenge. That's one of the reviewable plays.
And he's one of the few guys that can score a 2-pointer on the run. In real time, I didn't catch it. I thought he was inside, but
I did too.
with that jump shot, though, oh no, this is a 2. If he jumps off that left foot, does he get it off before he lands? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a 2.
That's a 2.
Yeah, good challenge there by Atlas head coach Ben Rubior.
And good awareness by Dennis. If he came to the sidelines like, hey, coach, today an 11-0 run.
Gray finds his man on the wing. There's a flag down. That was Jeff Teat. Shot clock was winding down, nearly a turnover by midfield. Flag down.
Foul on the play, Cannons 94, 1 minute, cross check.
And a penalty on Tyson Bell on top of it all.
Yeah, compounding mistakes. You're going to see Gray to Teat. And behind the play, Bell right there high into Gray. Atlas are rolling. They'll be on the power play.
One more for the Atlas. Eric Law, the veteran, 16-8, and these goals matter. A goal differential is a big part of the equation at the end.
Last year, the Atlas missed out on the #1 seed by 1. They missed by 1 goal differential, 1-point differential. And part of me also just thinks Eric Law wanted to get on the scoreboard a little bit.
The Atlas impressive in back-to-back weeks. A 6-goal win in Albany, an 8-goal win here in Charlotte.
Impressive. And you look at this offense on back-to-back weeks and just the sheer number that they're putting up, really putting the league on notice. If you're going to run with us, you better be able to put up a number, because this isn't a fluke. This isn't a fluke. This is back-to-back weeks.